So I'm making this video as a response to the movie Flow and Food Incorporated. Well, there's a lot that I can say, so I'm going to just shorten it down to something. It disturbed me. It just, I can't even find the words to describe how my stomach feels, how my mind feels, how I want everybody to watch this movie. Like, there's some things that need to change, and that shouldn't even need changing. They should be regulated. They should be, calm down. Okay, so after watching Flow, I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is crazy. They should, like, one person to regulate all those major water bottle factories? That's ridiculous. I mean, my mom owns a small little shop out here, and the health department's like this. Like, you have to comply to everything or you're not opening. And they have, when they're feeding or supplying water to how many people? Like, the entire U.S. continent? Like, it's ridiculous that there's one person that regulates all those water bottle factories. And what really made me feel sick to the stomach was the fact that there's arsenic in 1/3 of, like, the water bottles that they sell. 1/3 of the companies have arsenic traces in the water. That's ridiculous. Arsenic's a pesticide that they use to kill, like, bugs and crap on crops. And we've just polluted our earth so much that now it's in our water. Great! Yeah! Oh, here's the message that I want. I'm probably going to title this video too. You are going to die. Like, you can't think. People can't think that drinking water with arsenic and all these other chemicals that isn't natural is good for us. There's no way it's good for us. And then you go to Food Incorporated, you can't possibly think that ingesting meat that may or may not be contaminated with E. coli and listeriosis and salmonella and all those different diseases, like, that can't be good for us. There's no way for people to add this and this together and make it good for our bodies. So, like, you would think they would get the idea when cows don't eat corn, they eat grass. Why force feed them grass or corn? Like, so what? It's cheaper. Look at all the people's lives who you could save. So many people get food poisoning. It's not even, it shouldn't happen. Like, oh, like, this is not a farm.
Than in the previous 10,000. But the image that's used to sell the food.
When McDonald's is the largest purchaser of ground beef in the United States, and they want their hamburgers to taste everywhere exactly the same, they change how ground beef is produced.
This is a factory where they herd cows and they slaughter them like 400 an hour or something like that. I'll check, but like, that's ridiculous. If, like, you see on, I watch Animal Planet all the time, and the, like, animal co-ops, they go into these farms, these little farms that own 2 or 3 cows. If the cows have manure, if they're standing in it, they take the cows away and say that it's, like, it's not right and it's animal cruelty. This is animal cruelty.
And they grow from a chick, and in 7 weeks you've got a 5.5 pound chicken. Their bones and their internal organs can't keep up with the rapid growth. A lot of these chickens here, they can take a few steps and then they plop down. It's because they can't keep up with all the weight that they're carrying.
Cows are covered in feces when by the time they get to the slaughterhouse, they're just completely covered in feces. Great.
The animals stand ankle deep in their manure all day long, so that if one cow has it, the other cows will get it. When they get to the slaughterhouse, their hides are caked with manure. And if the slaughterhouse is slaughtering 400 animals an hour, how do you keep that manure from getting onto those carcasses? And that's how the manure gets in the meat. And now this thing that wasn't in the world, it's in the food system.
That's healthy, because, you know, when they put the manure down on the, like, plants around here on the farms, everybody's like, oh, it smells, it smells. You're eating traces of that. That's disgusting. I want to know, like, does anybody just stand back and say, wait a minute, why should we crack down on someone who's feeding 20 people when we can crack down on a slaughterhouse that feeds over 1 billion people? The best interest is to make as much money as possible in as little time as possible. They're fattening the cows, they're fattening the chickens, they're fattening the pigs as quick as they can so that they can slaughter them as quick as they can and then process them as quick as they can so we can eat them for a cheap price.
Cows are not designed by evolution to eat corn. They're designed by evolution to eat grass. And the only reason we feed them corn is because corn is really cheap and corn makes them fat quickly. So you feed corn to cattle. And E. coli, which is a very common bug, evolves. And a certain mutation occurs. And a strain called E. coli 0157H7 appears.
It disturbs me that our water's that polluted that the fresh water has these chemicals, these pesticides, these insecticides in it. We can't get clean water. There's going to be a bacterial outbreak. There's going to be virus outbreaks because of the food that we're eating, the water that we're drinking. There's a petition going around to bring in Act 31, and it's saying that everybody has the right to clean, fresh water, no matter what their economical, no matter what position they're in, they should have the right to clean, fresh water. And I completely agree with this. So in the description box below, I'm going to post that link, and please go sign it. I'm pretty sure you can sign it as many times as you want. And in that link also, I'm going to be posting a link to another petition that's going around to keep our food safe. It's called Kevin's Law, and you should definitely petition to that. But it doesn't let Canada residents petition it. I'm not sure why. I'm pretty sure it's only the US. So if you're watching this and you're in America, please, please, please sign this petition. Get this law enforced. Regulate our food systems. Make it that much safer for us to eat.